Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth lecture of the Python programming series. So today we will learn about what are conditional statements in Python. So I will open up my notes. So what are the learning objectives for today's lecture? By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand Boolean values, make decisions using else, if, else, and elif statements, write nested conditions, use logical operators in conditions, understand short circuit evaluation, and use the match case statements, write concise conditions using ternary operators, and you will be able to solve real world decision making problems. So, in the previous lecture, what we have done till now, we know that how to store data in variables. We have worked with various data types, and we have performed calculations using operators as well. And we have knowledge of strings also. We know how to create string, how to slice string, and all the other things related to the string. So today we will learn about conditional statements in Python. So before proceeding to that, let us understand one question here. How can a program make decisions? How the decisions are made in a program? So just imagine you are building an ATM. You are building ATM machine. So if someone enters the pin and the pin is correct, the access should be allowed. Otherwise, the access should be denied or the error should be shown. So, how it is written or how it works, we will see that. But come to the second example as well. We are having a login system. Any login system, for example, you can say Instagram or Facebook. The person enters username and password. If the password is correct, the password aligns with the username, so the login should be made. Otherwise, the error message should be displayed, the invalid credentials should be displayed. Now, programs make decisions using conditional statements. So, what are conditional statements? Conditional statements allow program to execute different blocks of code depending on whether a condition is true or false. So, conditional statements are nothing but a block of conditional statements are nothing but they are the statements which allow program to think to evaluate which block to execute. For example, we are having a general syntax of conditional statements in which there is if statement. So we are having if keyword, it is used for a condition. So we will write if then condition, whatever the condition it may be. It may be equal to 15 or whatever according to the program. So we will write that condition here. So we will write if condition, then we will use colon here, then enter, then we will have tab space, and then we will write our block of code or whatever we want that should be executed when this condition is met. So what is written here? Here it is written one comment code to execute if condition is true. So if this condition, whatever we will be writing here, it will be true, then only this line will execute. Whatever we will write here, it will execute then only. So the condition must evaluate to either true or false. The value should come either to be true. If the value will come true, this line of code will be executed. Otherwise, it will not be executed if it will be false. So this is a simple thing. So what are Boolean values? We know that Python have Boolean data type in which you can store true and false values. Same way Boolean values means nothing but true or false only. True means the condition is right, false means it is not right, it is wrong one. Okay. So notice one notice is given here. True starts with a capital T, false starts with capital F. If you have seen my previous lectures of data types, I have explained it very carefully that you need to be precise with the syntax of Boolean values. If you do mistake, it may give error. So here we are having one example here. So here it is written print 10 is greater than 5. So is 10 greater than 5? Just the general knowledge, general logical thinking, is 10 greater than 5? It is right. So the output will be true. And in the next example, print 4 greater than 10. Is 4 greater than 10? 4 is not greater than 10, so it will print false here. This is a simple thing. This is a simple thing. So the comparison operators always return the value in true or false only. It will not return any character or any number, but it will return a boolean value which will be either be true or either will be false. So this is the main thing of conditional statements. Now the if statements. Now what is if statement? If statement executes code only when the condition is true. The condition will be true, then only the block of code or the line of code will be executed. So let's say we are having one program, we are having one example here. Age is equal to 20. 20 is assigned to a variable called age. So if age is greater than equal to 18. So what is written here? If age is greater than equal to 18. I will try run this code. I will come here, just paste it here and now see. So we are having age is equal to 20. It is already given. So what we are doing is we are checking, but what is the syntax? We have seen it earlier that the syntax of if statement is we will write if keyword we will write, then we will write our condition whatever it may be. So we will write our condition over there, then we will put colon and we will give tab space here, and then we will write our statement whatever it may be. So this is the basic syntax of if statement which you need to remember to write the programs. So by following this syntax, we have written here if we have used if keyword, so this is used. After that, we have given one condition here, age greater than equal to 18. So what does this mean? Age greater than equal to 18. So what does this mean? Age is either greater than or it should be equal to 18. Either it should be greater than or it should be equal to. From these two conditions, one must be true. So, what is the value of age here? So, the value of age here is 20. So, is 20 greater than equal to 18? First here is 20 equal to 18. It is false. So, this condition will not met here. So is 20 greater than 18? It is true. So the result of this will come to be true. So we are having the result as true here. So if the result of this statement, this conditional statement is true, if the result of this condition is true, then this part of code will be executed. So what is written here? Here it is written that print you are eligible to vote. So what does this mean? If the person's age is greater than or equal to 18, the person is eligible to vote. This is a simple voting logic. This is a general example that if a person is of age greater than or equal to 18, he or she is eligible to vote. So we have converted the logic into Python logic, or you can say we have written conditional statement around it. So this is a simple thing. The console will print this message. So see here, the output of this code is you are eligible to vote, as we have seen. So now if we change age to 15, what will happen if we change the age to 15? Let's say, 1 minute. So let's say instead of 18, we have given here 15. We have written 15 here. Instead of 18, we have written 15 here. So here 15 will come and here also 15 will come. So see here, if we are having condition now if age greater than equal to 15. Now what does this mean? If 20 greater than equal to 15, is 20 greater than equal to 15? That is false. It will return false. So if false, if the condition is false, this will not execute. This line of code will not execute. The control will move out of. From here it will move out and goes to the next line, whatever it may be, the control will move to the next block. It will not see how many lines you write here. Numerous lines you can write in the if statement, but If the condition is false, if the result of the condition is false, the control will not go inside the if condition. It will move out and go to the next statements, whatever it may be. If there is no statement, like in this case, there is no statement, so the program will end here if the condition is false. But if there will be statements after if block here, we are having some statements after this, it will move to the next statement. It will not go inside the if statement. So as it is mentioned here, nothing will be printed because the condition is false. So the next important thing which we are having is indentation. So what is indentation? Python uses indentation to define blocks of code. So what is indentation means? Indentation is used to define blocks of code. But what does it mean? So what is the meaning of it? Here you can notice one thing here. One correct code is written and one incorrect code is written. So what is the difference? What will be the difference in this? So let us execute it first and then see what is the difference. I will open VS Code. I will open VS Code. I will create a new folder over here. I will name it as I will create a new folder over here. I will name it as lecture underscore 05, and firstly I will close all the tabs. Now I will make a new file here. I will name it as if condition .py. So let's say I will write this: if true, print hello. True means the condition. We have not written any condition here. We have just mentioned it is true. The result is true. So it will always execute. So when I run this, it will automatically print hello. Why hello? Because the condition is true. So here you can notice that here are four spaces. As you can see, there are four spaces. So what does this four spaces means? It means tab space. Four spaces is equal to tab spaces. So I can show you here. So see here, I will press backspace here, and when I press tab, you can see the four spaces automatically comes here. So this is known as indentation. If I am writing any condition here, like if any condition it is true, then colon, then after that I have to use spaces, a tab space, to write the things that are inside this block. So this is a block now. So whatever I will write by using tab, it will come inside the if statement. And if I write, let's say I write this statement, so this statement also print world. So this comes inside the if statement. But if in the next line I press backspace, I come out of the block. I come out of the block when there is no space here. So that means I am out of the if block. So let's say I write here print. This will always print. So let's say here give some condition. Let's say I will give here. This time I will give here false. So when this is false, this will not. This will not print. If false, this will not be executed by, because if the condition is false, the inside statements are not executed. The control moves out of this block and moves to the next statement. So I will execute this. This will always print is printed. But if I do true here, so everything will be printed. Hello world, this will always print. So everything is printed. So I hope you understand. So I hope you understood that. What is the difference that comes when you use indentation? Indentation is compulsory to be used in Python as it is not having any curly braces or any other thing. You have to use indentation to give spaces and all the things. You have to be very precise while writing, while typing the code, because it is the very common mistake that everyone do in the starting, that most of the syntax error comes because of this. It will not, you will be able to see the spaces very clearly in very less code, because there are only four lines of code. You will be able to analyze that here you have done the mistake. But when the code will be very lengthy, you will not be able to recognize where you have done the mistake. So, to avoid doing mistakes, you should type very carefully. And whenever you are entering into any block or anything, you should be careful while using indentation. So here we are also having one incorrect version. Let us try this. I will copy this code. I will come here. I will comment out this part. After that, I will paste it. Sorry, I will paste it. So now if I run this code, what will happen? I run this code, here it gives error, indentation error, expected and identified block after if statement on line 6. So it gave error as indentation error. To avoid this error, you just come here and press tab. So so when you run this code, the error is solved. So this is the main thing you need to keep in mind. So let us proceed ahead. And I have also explained that indentation is not optional in Python. It is the basic part of the Python programming. It is a compulsory part. You should be able to understand that how indentation is used. So now the next thing is the if-else statement. So what does if-else statement means? Sometimes we want to execute one block when the condition is true and another when it is false. So I will explain this with the help of one example here. We are in one example here in which it is written age is equal to 16. If age greater than equal to 18, print eligible, else print not eligible. So we have done this example while we were doing if. We have done this example here. Now the same example but with some more code. So what does this mean? How it is written? I will explain it. So see here, we are having one variable age which is storing the number 16. So 16 is stored into age. So after that we are given one condition. We have used if keyword. After that we have given one condition if age greater than 18. Sorry, if age is greater than equal to 18. So if age is greater than equal to if age is greater than or equal to 18, then only this line will execute. If age is less than or not equal to 18, this statement will not execute and the control moves to the else part. So what does else means? If the result of this condition comes to be false, if the result of this condition is false, the control moves to the else part. So whatever inside the else is written, it will be executed automatically if the first condition, if the if condition is false. So I will run this code, I will try run it and I will explain you. So now see here, I will try run this code. We are having age is equal to 16. We are having it. So if age, what is the age? We are having 16 greater than equal to 18. So is it true? It is not true. 16 is not greater than 18, so it is false. So our answer, our result of this condition is false. So if it is false, it will not execute. It will not allow the control to enter into the inside of if statement. So these lines will be avoided. The compiler will not see these lines. The control will come automatically to the else part in this case. If you are not having else part, the control will move out of this conditional statement and tries to run the next lines. If the program is having any next line, the control will move to them. Otherwise, the program will be terminated automatic. So in this case, we are having else part here. So the control moves to the else part. In else, we are having one statement over here which is saying to print not eligible. If age is less than 18, the program will print not eligible. What if we are having age as 19? Let's say we have given here age is equal to 19. Instead of 16, we are having 19 over here. So what will happen here? The condition will be equal to 19 greater than equal to 18. So if 19 greater than equal to 18, what is the result of this? Is 19 greater than or equal to 18? It is not equal, but it is greater than 18. So the result of this condition will be true here. It will be right. It will be true. So if the result is true, the result over here will be true. Let's wait a minute. So the result is true. So this statement will be the control moves inside the if. The control will move here after checking the condition. It is true. The control moves inside of this. It will print eligible. This statement will be executed. And if the condition is true and the statement inside if block are executed, we will not go to the else part. So we will ignore the else part. We will ignore the else part in that case. So what does this mean is if the condition is true, if statements are executed, if block is executed. But if the condition, the result of the condition is false, we will execute else part. Simple, you can understand that. If we are having if and else statements, we are having if one condition is mentioned over here, one condition is here, we are having some statements over here. After that, we are having else, we are having some statements over here. So you can simply understand one thing that if the result of this condition, I will say condition will always results in two things. What are the things I have mentioned in the starting? That the result of the condition will always be either be true or false. It will be false or it will be true. So if it will be true, if the result is true, if the result is true, if statements are executed, if block is executed. But if the result is false, if we are having false as the result of the condition, then else block is executed. Then else block is executed. Else block is executed. So this is a simple thing, the simple mind map which you can keep in mind if you are having problem understanding the conditional statements. You can simply understand by this thing that if the condition will be true, if block will be executed, if the condition will be false, else block will be executed. In the case of if and else statements. So this is all about it. So let us try on VS Code. I will go to the notes, I will copy the same code and I will paste it in the VS Code and will try to understand more. I will create a new file, name it as if else.py. I will simply paste here and now I will run this code. So it says not eligible. So how not eligible came, I have explained you. The age is 16. 16 is not greater than or equal to 18. So it will not go inside if statement. So the control comes to the else part, which means to print not eligible. So not eligible is printed over here. So this is all about if and else statements. There can be various statements, various conditions which you can write over here. We will understand, we will learn about them later when we will be practicing some questions at the end of this lecture. But for now, it is sufficient for you to understand that what is if and what is else. We will go to the advanced part gradually. So we are having some real life examples that can help you understand more about if and else statements. So example, we are having ATM and we are having balance as 500. Balance is equal to 500. So now we are having one condition here. If balance is greater than equal to 200, if the balance is greater than or is equal to 200. So what is the balance over here? 500. So 500 is greater than 200. That is the simple thing. So what will be the result of this condition? The result can either be true or false. So here we are having true. We are having true result. So the condition is true. So the statements inside if block will be executed. What is printed here? Withdrawal successful as insufficient balance. So this is the logic that could have been used in ATMs, or it is just for learning purpose that you can understand how the logics works. The next thing which we are having is if and else statement. What is this? Now, what is the need of this? Firstly, it is used when there are multiple conditions. In if-else statements, there is one condition. It can either be true or false. If it is true, if block is executed, if it is false, we will execute else block. But what if we are having multiple conditions? So in the case of multiple conditions, we will use if else statement. What is the syntax of if else statement and how we write it? Let us understand with the help of example. So we are having one example here. So see here, we are having one example. I will copy this and come to the, I will copy this and go to the notes and explain you in a good manner. I will paste this code over here. So we are having our code. So let us understand what we have written and what is the meaning of it. Firstly, we have created one variable marks is equal to 87. This is understood. Till now you can understand the level of this. So till now you can understand this statement. What is the meaning of it? I will not repeat it again and again. So this is a simple thing. After that, we have written if, then we have mentioned one condition over here. So if the marks are greater than or equal to 90, if the marks will be above 90 or equal to 90, we will print grade A will be printed. So we will print grade A. Simple thing. But we are having more conditions now. We are having constraints. So I will draw one table over here. Let's say I will write marks over here and I will write grade over here. It will help you to understand the things better. So see here, we if we are having marks greater than equal to 90, the grade is A. If we are having marks greater than equal to 75, the grade is B. And we will be having C grade for marks greater than equal to 60. And if the marks are below 60, means the marks are below 60, we will be printing as fail. There is no grade, the person fails in the subject. So we are having this simple table, so it will help us to understand better now. So we are having many conditions over here. We are having four conditions. The if and else statements can handle only one condition at a time. But if you have multiple conditions, as I have said earlier, you can use if, else, else else statement. Okay, you can use if else statement. So what does elif means? Elif means nothing but else if. It will be like the control will move from up to down. Simply the control will move from up to down wherever the condition is true, that block will be executed and others will be exempted, others will be avoided, or the control will not move to that block. So we will understand the syntax first. After that, we will understand with the help of this example. So here you know the here you know the syntax of if statement. We have written simple if statement with condition and its line, its block. Okay. After that, we are having elif. We will write elif if we are having more conditions. So the first condition is written over here. Greater than 80 marks, greater than equal to 90. So it is written. And what is the grade? We have also written over here. So this condition is written perfectly. After that, we want this condition to be written over here. So to write this condition, we will use elif. After that, we will write the condition marks greater than equal to 75, marks greater than equal to 75, and what will what will be the result of this statement? What will be the result of this condition? The grade B will be printed. So we will print grade B. So we have all written this statement also. We have written this condition also. Then after writing this condition, we again have one more condition over here. So we are having one condition here, marks greater than equal to 60. To write this, we will repeat it. We will write elif, then marks greater than equal to 60. And after that, what is the result? We are having C grade. So we will print grade C. So we have written this statement also. Now you are left with one condition. So whenever you are left with one condition, what you can do here is either you have two ways to write. Either you can write elif again, you can write elif, either you can write elif again, then write marks less than 60 and print over here fail. Okay, either you can use this way or you can simply write else over here. You don't need to you do not need to mention any condition. if you are using else. If one condition is left, you don't need to write in this manner. You can write also, but you should simply write else over here and mention the result of that. This is a simple syntax of if else statement. So I will erase this. So now let us understand how this code is executed with the help of the given example over here. We are having marks is equal to 87. So the marks are 87 here. So I will make space over here to try run this code. So what is the control flow if else statement? The control flow of this code will be from up to down. It means whatever the condition is written first will be checked first. If the condition is true, the control will enter into that block and the other statements will be avoided. The other statements will be exempted. The compiler will not check the conditions of the other statements. But if the condition is false in the first statement, the first condition is false, the control will enter into the second statement, second condition to check it. So this is the control flow. So let's see where our condition is met. So firstly, the control will enter into if statement. It will check if the marks are greater than equal to 90. So now I will write here is 87 greater than or equal to 90. Is it true? No, it is not true. It is false. 87 is not greater than equal to 90. So the result of this condition is false. The result of this condition is false over here. So the control will enter into the next statement. The next statement says if marks greater than equal to 75. The next statement says marks greater than equal to 75. So we are having marks 87 greater than equal to 75. So the result of it will be true because 87 is greater than 75. So 87 is greater than 75. We are having true here. The result of this condition is true. So the control will enter inside the elif statement and it will print grade B. Grade B will be printed, and after that it will not go to these statements. These will be exempted. The control will come out of this if-else block and go to the next statement. Whatever it will be written over here, the control will move there. It will avoid these statements. It will not check. So this is the control flow. So I have explained with an example and I have dry run it. So now I will go to notes and I will copy this same code. I will go to notes and I will create a new file here. I will name it as if underscore else.py. I will paste this. Now I will run this code. We are having the result grade B. Here also we have calculated grade B as the result. So I hope you understand this code. If you have not understood, you can go back in the video and just focus and listen it carefully. So now the next thing here which we are having is nested if statement. So what does nested if statement means? We will understand it in detail now. What is nested if statement? An if statement inside another if statement is known as nested if statement. I will explain it here. So we are having one if statement over here. We are having if, then some condition is here. After that, we are having colon, and we have written something over here. So we have a block of code over here. So this block comes inside this if condition. If this block comes inside this if statement. So if we are writing inside a if statement, we are writing another if. Over here, if I write another if, let's say if I write if another condition and after that I write something, this is known as nested if statement. An if statement inside another, an if statement inside of another if statement is known as nested if statements. Nested if statements. So this is the meaning of that line. So I will go back to there, and here it is given one example over here. Age is equal to 22, citizen is equal to true. If age is equal to, if age is greater than equal to 18, if citizen print eligible to vote. I will copy this code, I will paste over here. Now see, what is the mean? We are having variable age which is storing 22 as the age. We are having a variable citizen which is given the value true. So what is happening over here? In this condition, if age greater than equal to 18, is 22 greater than equal to 18? So it is true. The result of this is true. The control enters inside the if block. The control is inside the if block. So now there is one more condition over here. If citizen over here means, what is the value of citizen? The value of citizen is true. So it means over here, if true. So the condition is always true here because we have already given true. The condition will not be calculated. The value is already assigned to the variables, which is true. So the condition is always true. So this block, the result of this condition is true. The control will enter inside the second if statement now. Firstly, the control enters in the first if statement. After that, the condition this condition is also true. So the control enters into the second if statement. Now, what is written over here? Here it is written print eligible to board. So what does this mean? It will simply print eligible to board. So when you execute this code, I will execute here only. I will just print out, sorry, I will just comment out the whole code and I will write here and then run. So what is printed? Eligible to code. So the result of this code will be eligible to code. This is a simple thing which I have explained. So now we are having some real life examples also, like online banking, college admission, employer verification. There are many portals which use multiple if statements along with elif or else statements to cover up the conditions. Now we have seen what are if statements, what are if else statement, what is if else statement. Now, what if we are having multiple conditions, like instead of using, sorry, so what if we are having multiple conditions? So how we can write that? We can write that by using logical operators. What are logical operators? We have seen in the previous lectures that logical operators are, what are logical operators? Logical operators. We have seen in the previous lectures that logical operators are not, and, or. We're having three logical operators, not, and, or. We have discussed the use cases of these three. So let's come to the notes and see. And both conditions must be true to be executed. So it will give the result as true only if both the conditions are true. If any one of the condition is false, the result will be false over here. So it is given here, age is equal to 22, citizen is equal to true. The same example which we have done earlier. So what is written here? If age greater than equal to 18 and citizen. So what does this mean? Firstly, it will calculate this condition if age greater than equal to 18. So the result of this will be true. Why? Because 22 is greater than 18. So 22 is greater than 18. This will be true. And after that, it will check the value after and. What is the value of citizen variable? The value of citizen is true. It is already given that it is true. So true and true. What will be the result? It will be true. Both are true, the result is true. If any one of these both would have been false, the result will be false. The result would have been false and the control would not enter into the if block. But here we are having both the values as true, so the overall result is true. So the eligible will be printed. So now the next thing which we are having is or. It will only the only one condition must be true for it. If any one of the conditions is true, the control will enter inside the if statement. So here we are having attendance 80. Attendance is equal to 80. After that, medical certificate is equal to true. If attendance is greater than equal to 75 or medical certificate, in this case, attendance is 80, it is greater than equal to 75, it is true, or medical certificate, it is also true. Both the conditions are true. So it is automatically allowed. The control will move inside the if block. What if I do here false? Let's say I write here false. Now this condition is true, but this condition is false. What will happen here is it will only need one condition to be true. If any one condition of the two conditions is true, the control will enter inside the if statement in case of or. So we are having or here, we are having two conditions. One condition is true, so it will print aloud. This is a simple thing. The next word which we are having is not. It reverses the result. If the result is false, it will make it true. If the result is true, it will make it false. Now we are having one variable over here is logged in. So what does this mean? We are having one variable which is equal to the value false, and after that we are having here if not is logged in. We have written if not is logged in. So what does this mean? If not is logged in, print please log in. So not is logged in means we are having the value of is logged in as false. So not will convert it into true. So if true, the result is true. The control will enter inside the if statement if log, and it will print please log in. You can try this all codes by yourself in the VS Code and see what is the result. So now the next thing which we are having is match case statement. So what are match case statements? The match case statement is similar to if else if or if else statement. It is what is match statement mean? Python introduced match case statement as an alternative to long if else chains for comparing a single value. For example, we are having a variable as day is equal to 2. What is the syntax of writing match case? We will write the keyword match here. Instead of if, we will write match. Then we will write the variable name or whatever the value we want to check. We will write here the variable. After that, we will write colon here. And after that, we will write the various cases which we want, like case 1, 2, 3. So what does 1, 2, 3 means? It will check the values. If day will be equal to 1, Monday will be printed. If day will be equal to 2, Tuesday will be printed. If day will be equal to 3, Wednesday will be printed. This is a simple thing. After that, we are having case underscore. What does case underscore means? It is the default case. If all the cases doesn't match with the value, so what will be printed? Invalid day must be printed. So this is the default case, and it will only execute if all the cases are not executed. So here it is mentioned over here underscore acts like a default case. So I will explain this by dry running. I will just copy this code, come to the notes, and I will just paste over here. Now just see over here, we are having the value of day is equal to 2. The value of day is equal to 2 and we are writing match day. So we are matching day. How we are matching? We have written over here case 1, 2, 3. So whenever the match, the control will move here, it will check what is the value of day. The value of day is 2. The value of day is 2. So what will happen is the control will simply move to the case 2. The control will move to case 2 because we are having value 2 here and day is equal to 2. So control will move to the case 2 and Tuesday will be printed. It will not check case 1, 2 or the default case. This is a simple thing. This is the plus point of match case statement, that you do not need to check all the cases. Like in if else, we have done over here, the flow of the control moves from up to down. We have discussed this earlier, that the control moves from top to bottom. Like it will check this condition. If this condition is not true, it will go next condition, and if that condition is also not true, it will go to the next condition. So this is avoided in the match case statement. How that I have told you, that it will just check the variable value. So here we are having the value as 2. It will move to the case 2 directly. It will not check the other statements. So what if I say here day is equal to 10? So what is the result over here? The value, there is no case which has case as 10. Case number 10 is not here. So it will automatically go to the default case. The default case is case underscore, which is having the line as print invalid day. So this will be executed. So this is all about match case. It can be modified according to the question. So the next thing which we are having is ternary operator. What does ternary operator means? Ternary operator is useful when decision is simple. Like we are having the condition as if age is greater than equal to 18, status is equal to adult, else status is equal to minor. If the age is greater than 18 is true, the status will be adult, otherwise it will be minor. So how we can write this in ternary operator? Let us see over here. So in ternary operator, what we can do, we can simply write the variable name where we want to store the result of the operator, and after that we will write like this. We will write status is equal to adult. We will give the value, the true value first. We have given status is equal to adult if age is greater than 18. Then we have mentioned the condition, and after that we have written else minor. So this is a shortcut method, or you can say short method to write if else condition. The condition should not be lengthy to avoid any complications or confusions. So wherever you have simple statements, simple if else statement, you can write it as this. So now we are having some real world examples which we will see and try by coding. So here one program is there for voting eligibility. Age is equal to input is taken and it is converted to integer value by doing explicit conversion, and after that one condition is there, age is greater than 18. If the age that entered age is greater than 18, eligible to vote, else not eligible. This is a simple code. Same ways more codes are there which you can explore. Okay, so what are the common beginner mistakes which most of the students do? Firstly, I think we have discussed this earlier also, that using equal to instead of double equal to. So this should be avoided. Second thing, forgetting the colon. The colon plays very important role in Python because we do not have the block brackets or the curly braces like we are having in Java or C or C++. So to avoid that, you should use colon wherever it is used. So you cannot avoid that. The third mistake which everyone does in the starting is incorrect indentation. So you should be very precise with the indentation, how you are giving the spaces, because the Python is indentation based language. Here a space means a lot. So if you are giving a space, you should be very precise with the typing. So what is the mistake 4? Mistake 4 is using multiple if statements instead of L if. Now we are having some mini project. So now we are having one mini project over here. What is the name? Age verification system. So what you have to do? You have to take input from the user and display according to the age, whether the person is child, teenager or adult or senior citizen. So the code is given over here. Firstly, we have taken input and we have converted the input into integer value and stored it into an variable age. After that, we have given one condition: if age is less than 13, print child; if age less than 20, print teenager; if age less than 60, print adult; if age less than if age greater than 60, or we can say else, print senior citizen. This is a simple code. So now we will do some practice questions. So the first question we are having is check whether a number is even or odd. Now how you can check a number is whether even or odd? So I will show you here. So what we are having is we need to check whether number is even or odd. So this is our question. Now how we can check, how we can do that? A number is even when it is divided by 2 and the remainder is equal to 0. This is a simple logic, simple mathematical logic, that a number, if let's say we are having 10 and we divide 10 by 2, after that we get what? 0 as the remainder. So when we got 0 as remainder, number is even. If the remainder doesn't come to be 0, then the number is odd. That is a simple logic which you can use. So what is happening over here is you need to just check the remainder of the two numbers. What are the two numbers? 2 will be always be there because we are checking even numbers, so 2 is compulsory there. This number will change. So how you can write this in Python? You can write this by just writing, let's say the number is num, it is stored in a variable called num. You can simply write num modulus 2 and double equal to 0. So we have written one condition. This is the condition. This is the main logic of the program to check whether the number is even or odd. If the result of this is true, that means num that may be any number according to the user input that is modulus by 2. Modulus by 2 means it will return the remainder. Whatever the remainder will be there of these two numbers, like we got here 0, it will return it here and then it will check whether this remainder is equal to 0 double equal to means it should be equal, the number should be equal. So if 0 will be here, it will return 0, that will be equal to 0, it will return true. So we will print even number, otherwise in else we will print odd number. That is the simple logic. So let us do it in VS Code. So here I will create a new file. So here I will create a new file. I will name it as practice questions.py. So now firstly I will take a input. I will create a variable here. I will name it as num. So after that, I will take input and say to the user that enter a number. I will provide this message to the user, and after that, what I will do is I will simply come here and convert this input into int. Just type int one bracket here open, one bracket closed here. So this input will be converted to integer value as I have told you earlier. This is explicit type conversion. So it will be converted to integer type, and after that we have taken input successfully and we have converted into integer also. Now what we will do is we will write a condition here. If let's say if num modulus 2 double equal to 0, then colon, then we will print here, print, just write here even number, and then in the else part we will write print odd number. This is a simple logic which we have written for even or odd numbers checking. So when we will run this code, it is asking to enter a number. Let's say I enter some random number over here. I don't know what the number is. Is it even or odd? But I have entered it. When I click, so let's run this code. So now it is asking to enter a number. I will enter some random number over here. So I have entered something, and then when I press enter, it calculates it and it is a odd number. You can check it for simple numbers also, for smaller numbers. Let's say I enter 4 here, then press enter. It says even number. When I enter 5 here and enter, it will say odd number. So our program is working fine. So our logic is correct. So the next question which we are having is find the largest of three numbers. How we can find the largest from the three numbers? So let's say I will comment out this code, and here I will write here code for finding the largest number. So I will take three inputs from the user only. I will name it as ABC. So I will write here int, then input, enter first number, enter second number, and enter third number. This way I have written over here, and three numbers will be taken as input. And after that, what I will do is simply I will write firstly to check whether A is the largest. We will assume that A is largest. Okay, so this is the code. AI has automatically suggested me to write, so I have written over here. So what is happening here, I will explain. Firstly, you will assume that A is greater than all the values. A is the largest value. So you will write A greater than B and A greater than C. You have to write A greater than B as well as A greater than C. Let me copy this. I will explain you here. So what we have done, we have taken input here, here, and here. Three values we have taken as input, and after that we are checking. We have written one condition over here. If A greater than B and A greater than C, if A is greater than B as well as greater than C, both values should be true. If both are true, it means A is the largest number. The first number is the largest number. It has printed over here. Then after that, we will assume that B is greater. We will write B greater than A. Then we will write B greater than C. If B will be greater than both, then what will happen? B will be the largest. We will write second is the largest. Okay, so what is left? We have checked for A, we have checked for B. C is left. When one value is left, when one condition is left, you can simply use else over here and just print third number is the largest. This is a simple program for checking which number is largest from three numbers. So we will come to the code and execute this. Let's say I give a first number as 10, second number as 15, third number as 5. So what it is saying, second number is the largest. So is my second number largest? Yes, my second number is 15 and it is the largest. Now if I run it again, I will check it for the third number. I will give the largest number to the third value. I will give the largest number to the third variable. So I will give a random number something and then give largest to the third one. So third number is the largest. So we are getting correct output. That means our code is working fine. I will comment it out and now proceed to some other questions. This is how you can write simple codes. These are very basic problems which you can practice yourself. And now we have done this also, display grades based on marks. We have done it earlier when we were doing one concept, and now build a simple calculator using else if else. So you can practice these questions by yourself. We will do some advanced questions in the upcoming lectures. So with this we conclude our lecture. In this lecture we have learned about if statement, if else statement, if else statement, and then we have seen match case, we have seen ternary operator, and all about conditional statements we have covered in one lecture. So in the next lecture we will start with the loops used in Python, and we will understand that in depth. So thank you.